All right, good evening. We're going to call the regular meeting to order. We have been in closed session. We had roll call, and we are ready to begin our regular meeting. We'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance. Dr. Sutton, would you lead us in the pledge, please?
Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Approval of the agenda. We have a couple of corrections on item 1B, roll call. We actually have Mariah Washington here instead of Catherine Tomey from for our student representative. So welcome, Mariah. Glad you're here. And also the report of certificated employment, which is consent calendar, which is item X, B, number 1, certificated report. It has been updated, and the updated list has been posted on the district website already. So that are the two changes I have. Dr. Marshall, do you have anything else?
Nothing else.
All right. So with that, we need approval of the agenda as corrected.
I'll go ahead and second that.
We got a motion by Member Gattuso, seconded by Member Munoz to approve the agenda as corrected. All those in favor? Opposed? It's carried unanimously. Members of the public who wish to have an item placed on our agenda may do so by submitting that request to the superintendent at least 2 weeks prior to a regularly scheduled board meeting, and it would be considered as an item on our future agendas. Anybody here tonight that wishes to comment on any item on tonight's agenda may do so when that item comes before us, and by coming up to the microphone, and you will be recognized. You'll have 3 minutes to speak. If there are multiple speakers on that agenda item, you will have there will be a total of 20 minutes on that agenda item. And also, if there's anybody here tonight that wishes to address the board in any item that is not on tonight's agenda, you may do so in a couple of seconds when I say we're ready to do that. And if again, there's 3 minutes for each speaker. If there are multiple speakers on the same topic, it is a 20-minute maximum. So with that, is anybody here tonight that wishes to address the board on any item that is not on tonight's agenda? Step up. Welcome.
Good evening. My English is not that good. I read in Spanish and my partner read in English. Is okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Buenas tardes, Superintendente, Dr. Marshall, miembros de la mesa directiva y público en general. Mi nombre es Armanda Ruiz y pertenezco al comité de padres que representa alrededor de 400 padres y estudiantes que buscan el mejoramiento de la comida escolar. Hace 4 años se formó este comité con personas graduadas de PIQE, PLTI, Cultiva la Salud y otras organizaciones, todos bajo un mismo objetivo y preocupación: abogar por la nutrición escolar. En pláticas con padres hemos escuchado que la alimentación que les brindan en las escuelas es básica y fundamental como parte del sustento diario de sus hijos. Para algunos estudiantes, la comida escolar es su alimentación principal debido a su solvencia económica. Por lo tanto, nos gustaría que hubiera menús más variados y saludables, siguiendo las leyes de nutrición propuestas por el Estado. Asimismo, estudiantes con condiciones de salud comprometida como alergias, diabetes, alta presión, obesidad, colesterol y los deportistas se verían beneficiados con estos cambios. Esto también ayudaría a que no tuviéramos tanto desperdicio de comidas. Queremos colaborar con ustedes en el crecimiento de participación democrática en el Comité de Bienestar para que más padres y estudiantes tengan voz en las decisiones que se hagan sobre nutrición. También les queremos invitar a trabajar con nosotros para tener un cafecito comunitario donde padres puedan hacer preguntas sobre nutrición y podamos compartir con ustedes lo que otros distritos pequeños y grandes han hecho para mejorar la alimentación escolar. Venimos ante ustedes hoy para trabajar en unir nuestras fuerzas para juntos trabajar por un bien en común, el de nuestros hijos, nuestros estudiantes. Les agradecemos por su tiempo y su liderazgo en nuestro distrito. El cambio a una alimentación sana y balanceada beneficiará a nuestros estudiantes en su rendimiento, salud física y mental. Gracias.
Good evening. My name is Adolfo Lopez. I'm the Community Engagement Associate for Parent Institute for Quality Education. I work with a group of parents here in Los Baños, and I'm just going to read what she said in Spanish. So, good afternoon, Superintendent Marshall, board members, and members of the public. My name is Armando Ruiz, and I belong to the parent committee that represents over 400 parents and students who seek to improve school food. This committee was formed 4 years ago with graduates from Pique, POTI, Cultiva la Salud, and other organizations, all with the same objective and concern, advocating for school nutrition. In conversation with parents, we've heard that the food they provide in schools is basic and fundamental as a part of their children's daily sustenance. For some students, school lunches are their main meal due to their parents' financial solvency. Therefore, we would like there to be more varied and healthy menus following the nutritious laws proposed by the state. Likewise, students with compromised health conditions such as allergies, diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, cholesterol, and student athletes would benefit from these changes. This would also help us avoid wasting so much food. We want to collaborate with you all in the growth of our democratic participation in the Wellness Committee so that more parents and students have a voice in the decisions made about nutrition. We also want to invite you to work with us to have a community cafe where parents can ask questions about nutrition and where we can share with you what other districts, small and large, have done to improve their school nutrition. We come before you today to work in uniting forces to work together for a common good, that of our children, our students. We thank you for your time and your leadership in this district. The change to a healthy and balanced diet will benefit our students in their performance, physical, and mental health. Thank you.
Thank you both. Appreciate it. I do just want to make one comment, and that by Ed Code, we are required to, whenever we have a speaker who is here with a translator, we are required to give them both 3 minutes, one for the Spanish speaker or whatever language, and one for the translator. So that's, even though it was the same message, they actually get to say it twice because of the translator. So just as long as everybody knows what the actual rules are. So, okay, go ahead, come on up. Good evening.
Hello, board. My name is Domingo Sandoval. That's my son, Joshua Sandoval. I'm here to ask you questions, but I know you guys cannot answer, but maybe in the future you guys can put in your agenda about Los Baños Elementary by the parking lot in the back. So it's taking so long. Supposed to it's gonna be done in a couple months, and now it's taking long time. So this is what is happening now. More traffic. My son almost got hit last month by a car with actually the lady, the cross-walking lady, is with the sign up. My son is walking, the car coming, and almost hit it, like that close. I'm actually right there waiting in the other side of the parking lot. So, cause a lot of issues now. How many teachers need to go around the whole thing to try to make it to school? So, I just need an answer. I just don't have an answer for nobody. I just only see the machine right there every single day, don't do nothing. So what I need is answer. When it's been all the summer, never got done. I just need an answer. That's only, you guys can send a memo to all the people, the students and everything. I just need to know. Now, I have another issue. Yesterday, actually I never parked in that place before. The lady coming very aggressive because I park in her parking lot. It's only take me 3 minutes to pick up my son. So I don't need to deal with somebody else. I can go around the school and pick up my son. I don't need to deal with nobody. So you guys can actually have the time and see what's figured out, when it's going to be done. Give us a day, because you can prevent a lot of accidents, a lot of traffic, because both schools come out at the same time. So I just need an answer. That's only asking you guys. There's nothing you guys cannot do. So, and prevent an accident. And actually, I'm lucky the class very close to hit my son. Thank you.
All righty. Anybody else wish to address the board on an item that is not on tonight's agenda? All right, seeing none, we're going to go ahead and continue on. Ready for reports? Mariah, student reports, you're on.
Okay. Hi, I'm going to start with Los Banos High School's report. So, school news. Los Banos High School began our spring semester just this week on January 8th. We are excited to get back in motion and finish the school year off strong. Los Banos High School will be hosting their annual Scholarship Saturday on January 27th for all seniors. This event will officially release all of the LBHS scholarships from the community that are available. Ms. Souza will be there to guide students through the scholarship process and provide dates for the workshops. The due date for all LBHS scholarships is February 23rd. Yesterday, professional motocross and supercross racer Colby Kopp and the Next Level team attended Los Banos High to talk about an alternative route to an exciting career. Kopp made a great impact considering he grew up in Los Banos and was a star football player throughout his time at LBHS. On January 27th, Los Banos High and Pacheco High will be hosting their joint winter formal, where the theme is Masquerade. LBHS is looking forward to this exciting event. Sports news. Our winter sports are very busy over winter break. Boys basketball took second place at the Mendota Tourney, and girls varsity basketball took second place at the Patterson Tourney. Varsity girls wrestling finished 7th out of 78 teams in the Brentwood Tourney. Both boys and girls teams in soccer are off to great starts in league, and our spring sports will begin at the beginning of February. Club news. BSU is playing a movie about Martin Luther King Jr. in the MPB tomorrow during lunch in honor of his birthday this upcoming Monday. FFA news. The FFA Sweethearts were announced this week, and balloon sales have begun. The candidates are as follows: Senior Avery Souza, Junior Harley McBride, Sophomore Jaylene Barriga, and Freshman Sophia Magana. And then for Pacheco's report, athletics. Pacheco Athletics' winter seasons have reached the league portion of the year. Girls soccer picked up 2 wins in league, which is a high for the program. Boys soccer has remained unbeaten in league. The JV team started the season with a tournament win at the Pittman Pride Cup. Boys and girls wrestling had successful preseasons and placed well at several tournaments. School news. The counselors met with all students for class registration presentations to help students select their classes for next year and review graduation and A through G requirements. They also presented to 8th grade students at Los Banos Junior High and introduced them to these requirements. And activities. ASB has been selling grad night and prom tickets. They are currently planning winter homecoming to celebrate basketball season and are getting ready to co-host the winter formal with LBHS this month. And that's it.
All right. Thank you very much. Good job. All right, on to California Schools Employees Association report. Do we have one tonight? CSEA? Seeing no one come forward. All right, on to LBTA, Los Banos Teachers Association. Any report tonight? All right, seeing no one come forward. Facilities report. Do we have one? Sherry's sick. Sherry's
and I'll
sick.
try to do the part.
Okay, you're on.
Good evening. So, very quickly, the Lofton Stadium Phase 2. There has been a lot of rain going on, and the initial date to complete that is mid-March. Because due to the rain, now we have a delay in the schedule, so about 14 days behind. Now we're aiming to finish that project by end of March. So right now, there's some undergrounding string and main irrigation line has been completed, and also we're supposed to go deliver onto the site. So here's what it looks like during the rain. There's a lot of flooding, so contractors are working as soon as possible. Here's just a few more pictures. Sites currently workable. They are trying to, get things done as quickly as possible. Next thing is Los Banos fire alarm replacement. The installation for new conduits, device, and new fire panels is complete. The demolition of the old equipment is complete. Final testing on last building expected next Wednesday, January 17th. And then the final testing with monitor company and the fire department will be scheduled. Also, we're going to have staff training for site personnel and also our maintenance and operation staff. We're also working on the notice of completion and the closeout documentations. The next update is Los Banos Elementary School parking lot. The engineers are currently working with AT&T to provide a pathway to kind of reroute the fiber conduit that runs through that parking lot. So our IT team is currently working on scheduling with the vendor to install temporary fiber line for the LBUSD network. Revealing quotes for removal of the fuel tank. There's a fuel tank sign when Sherry updated. So we're still going through that and make sure that thing must go through the county for permitting processes. So and we're still in the process of that. And there's one more thing that's not here. Is the EV bus charging station, the solar for our FOT. The construction is expecting to start in February 5th. And now we're moving our school buses into the Henry Miller parking lot. So that will be temporary during the construction. And, we're trying to get that project done over the summer.
Questions, comments? All right, thank you very much, Dr. Lee. On to Superintendent's report, Dr. Marshall.
Thank you. Happy New Year, first of all. I don't have that much tonight, but I want to share a few things. Dr. Lee covered a couple of the marquee projects that are going on as far as Measure X. Lawson Stadium, he talked about the LBE parking lot. Mr. Sandoval, one thing that we will do is, basically put that in terms of a schedule to get some information out to you and to staff and such. So it's just a matter of, there are some very big ticket things going on. Listen, if you saw his presentation, one, there's a fuel tank in the ground. The other part of it is that the whole connection for the school, as far as the AT&T fiber, that's in that project too. So basically, those are big ticket items. So what we need to do is, as far as put a timeline together for you and parents and such, as far as when those things get done. Because I think that's the big thing. But I want you to know those are big things that are delaying the project. We just can't get. You wouldn't want, from a safety perspective, someone just to randomly go out there and get that fuel tank out of the ground. It has to be done safely, permitted and such. So we'll take care of that end. We want to thank our residents for supporting Measure X. That's big. None of this would be possible without that. That's the good news. And a lot of other good things that come as far as that we've been doing around the school district. That'll be different projects at different sites. So we're looking forward to that. Kudos again to Coach Pikus at Pacheco High School. Dr. Sutton, I know last month you were at your hooding ceremony. I'm jealous because, back in the day, you had like a nice picture and you got to keep your hood and everything. And with us, we were like in a factory. It was like, get off the stage. They just pushed us on and stuff like that. So, when I saw your pictures, I'm jealous. Like, I didn't get that kind of experience. They rushed me off the stage. So that was congratulations. As a reminder, we have several winners in the district, I think 4, that'll be recognized at our Merced AXA Chapter Awards Dinner. That'll be on January 30th, somewhere in Merced, at one of the restaurants there. So we have a good contingency going there. I'm also looking forward to, the CTA has invited us to, that's their annual school boards dinner. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that's the next night. I don't like to cook, so that's That's good. And Dr. Lotta, thank you for the bananas yesterday. I made a good smoothie this afternoon before I came here, so thank you for that. We're looking forward to the governor's budget workshop next week. I mean, I think you've been hearing a lot of news about the budget, what's going on. That's big news. And, you know, how does that impact Los Banos Unified School District? We will learn more next Wednesday. And so I'm looking forward to that when we kind of see what's the implication on school districts in California. And then finally, kind of on a related note, I'll be having my first leadership cohort meeting next week. I think it's that Thursday on the 18th, a week from today. And our speaker is Dr. Goodiel Grosswaite. He's the superintendent in Linwood Unified School District. He's also the Los Angeles County Superintendent of the Year. And what's interesting about him, he's one of the few superintendents in the state that was able to get the state to fund a comprehensive high school at no cost. Now you can imagine what they tossed a good $100 million plus, and he got it for, basically the state paid for it totally. I think there was something with the ground with his old high school, but they had to demolish it, and he was able to go and lobby to state officials in terms of if we had to tear this building down, we need some support to build new buildings. So I'm definitely interested in hearing what he has to say. So that's all I have.
Thank you, Dr. Marshall. Next item, board member reports. Mr. Munoz, start us off.
Yes, okay. I'd like to first I'll start off with, please excuse my absence last month on our December board meeting. Okay, it was due to family emergencies involving my father up in Fresno and my girlfriend that really got sick and just took me away from everything. Okay, so, and also I'd like to, I'll see Mrs. King on a kindness week at LFE on the 22nd of January. And then I'll also see Mrs. Brady, the Great Kindness Challenge on Thursday, the 25th. Thank you. And that's all I got.
All right. Thank you very much. Ms. Moran.
Just a quick shout out to the culinary arts class. We are smelling some goodies up here. So as Lori down there, such a cute card that we got from the board. And this just warms my heart. For those of you that ever come to Merced College and come visit me in my office, I think last year the student body got clipboard. So my clipboard is hanging in my office. I get questions all the time of who did that. And I said, well, let me tell you. And so it's just so nice to see that. And to then have even students that come over to the college and have to share their experiences that they had, with different teachers at the high school, junior high, and so forth. So it's always nice to have that full circle. So with that said, keep it coming, and Happy New Year. I will be enjoying these cookies.
Thank you. Ms. Valdez.
I had the opportunity to attend the ELD committee meeting yesterday with Mrs. Moreno. Thank you so much. It was a great opportunity to listen to the teachers and how the next steps for implementing this plan. I think it's exciting and it sounds like they're going to have a nice plan. I also asked her if we'd have an opportunity to go visit our dual language immersion program. It's been almost a half a year now, and I think it would be great. I also extended my invitation to see if any of you guys would like to go, because I told her I would like to go and see it, and she said she would try to set up some dates for us to be able to go see that in action soon. So thank you. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you. Ms. Smith.
Hi, good evening. Ditto to most of what everybody said. I'm looking forward to the dual immersion program. I'd love to see the program in operation. And I want to say thank you to Los Banos Junior High School for the cookies and the snacks. It's really going to interfere with my Ozempic plan. But we'll see how Ozempic works with these chocolate chip cookies. I want to say that I have 4 children sprinkled throughout the district, and I just can't say enough. At least for me and my family, my kids are doing wonderful, and I can't say enough about the district and the staff here. I hope your household is as happy as ours is with the children that we have in my home. We just can't say enough about the district. They're in love with the district, and I have one at. I think Mr. Hicks had to see her once She's a little feisty, but she's coming down. And I have a couple daughters over at Pacheco High School, and they just love it. They're really in love with the district, and I'm just really happy with the support and help that we're getting from the teaching staff here. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Gattuso.
Good evening and Happy New Year to everybody. I don't have much tonight either, so I do want to thank the culinary arts, pre-culinary arts at Los Banos Junior High for the great snacks. I already got into it before the meeting, and I had one of the peanut butter cookies, and it was just awesome. And that's about all I have tonight, so thank you.
All right, on to Mr. Lee.
So I want to first congratulate Los Banos Junior High student, and I'm going to pronounce her name, and I hope I do a good job, Yahidra Estrada Barajas. So she was the winner of this year's Los Banos VFW American Legion essay contest, How America Inspires Me, and she competed with VFW and American Legion posts from Bakersfield to Los Banos, and she placed first place. So that was really, and they recently gave an award for her at a breakfast that I attended. So I did attend the Cody Kopp assembly at Los Banos High School, and I do have a photo that I want to embarrass our board member here. So show yours. So she had to pose for a photo. It was great to see him there. I remember taking his photo when he was quarterback, so congratulations to him. He's now a pro, and he'll be on Peacock and NBC and all the other channels every Saturday. So yeah, the season, 18-week season started last Saturday in Anaheim. So he races in Oracle Park this Saturday. And when he was at the assembly, because he played football for Los Banos High, he gave tickets to any football player that wanted to go watch him race this weekend. So it was very inspirational to listen to that. Sure.
I didn't say too much about it because Colby's my great nephew, and so I thought, well, I'll just maybe let Mariah say her little bit about it tonight.
Yeah.
But we are very proud of him.
Yes.
Family's very proud of him.
Yes. And I also want to thank the Morningstar Company for their donation in our packet. I think it was $6,000. They give to the Morningstar Wrestling Tournament that takes place every year at Los Banos High. Lots of students from all over, as well as the Los Banos Junior High School basketball tournament that took place last Saturday. Between those two tournaments, there were students from just about every high school you could think of in the Central Valley here competing. So it put Los Banos on the map, and the Los Banos' Creekside girls actually placed first in one of their divisions. So congratulations to Creekside. The Los Banos Rotary Speech Contest that takes place every year will be January 24th at Merced College, Los Banos campus. Thank you, Jessica Moran. And it is open to all high school students from Los Banos, Pacheco, Valley, San Luis. It doesn't matter. And I'm hoping that we get a good turnout. I have information as far as the theme that you have to abide by, but there's money that will be awarded to winners at all levels. We have local and then district, and then it goes on from there. So that's always a big deal. And thank you for the goodies. I don't really need any extra sugar, but I'll definitely eat them anyway. So thank you.
All right. Thank you. And I really have nothing to add except I'm going to enjoy the calories. So thank you to Los Banos Junior High Pre-Culinary Arts. I'm sure I'll break into it on the way home in the car. So we're ready to go. On to new business. Item A is our 22-23 audit. Welcome, Mel.
The board is asked to review and accept the 22-23 audit report prepared by our accountant, Jeanette Garcia and Associates. And Jeanette's going to give a little presentation, ask any questions that you may have at this time.
Welcome, Jeanette.
Good evening.
I see a few new faces. So my name's Jeanette Garcia, but I go by Jeannie. Jeanette is what my mother used to call me when I was in trouble. We've been doing the audit now for about 7 or 8 years. The primary purpose of the audit, well, first of all, school districts are required by Ed Code to have an annual financial and compliance audit, and so that's what the big one is. The main purpose is to give an opinion on the financial statements, and our opinion was that the financials are fairly presented in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. It's called an unmodified opinion, which is the best opinion you can get. It's also a compliance audit, so we give an opinion on your compliance with federal laws and regulations, which was a clean opinion. We had no exceptions in that part of the audit. And then we also give an opinion on your compliance with state laws and regulations. And again, no exceptions there. We had no audit findings. We had no prior year findings to follow up on either. So overall, it was a very clean audit. We also performed an audit of the bond funds. And again, that audit was unmodified opinion, no exceptions, very clean audit there too. So I guess, does anybody have any questions?
The district finance committee met with Jeannie and our finance team, Mel and Dr. Lee, this afternoon to go over the audit. We asked a few questions and got some clarifications on some things, and we appreciate everything you've done. I also really want to give kudos to our staff because it was a clean audit. I mean, there were no findings. There were none of the sites were doing anything wrong. So what's happening at the school sites with the people doing the books
and it was
there,
a little weird because the spring audit was with one set of people and the fall audit was with another set of people, and it still turned out very well.
So whatever has happened in the last couple of years at the sites, at the district office is wonderful, and it's great to get this kind of good news and a clean audit, so we appreciate that. Anybody have any other comments or questions?
All right.
All right.
Thank you.
With that, thank you for coming down and being here tonight.
No problem.
We appreciate it. Thank you so much.
I do want to take a minute to say that we have our team works very hard on this audit, but we could not do it without the support of our sites who provide us the documentation that we asked for. So it's definitely a team effort. So kudos to our sites for giving us what we need as well. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Mel. All right. With that, are there any other questions or comments or concerns? We do need a motion to accept the audit report. All right, we had a motion by Member Smith, seconded by Member Valadeo, to accept the 22-23 audit report. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And it is carried unanimously. Again, thank you very much. Safe travels home. All right. On to item B, overview of the Los Banos induction program. And this is no action item, it's for discussion only. Hey, welcome.
Well, good evening, Board.
Good evening.
Member Gattuso, I wanted to thank you for asking for a clarification of our induction program, because I hope that this first slide kind of indicates when I reflected on what you were looking for and wondering, I thought, my gosh, those preconditions that I gave you to review were probably like a box of 1,000 pieces of plain colored puzzle pieces, and the box had no picture on the front. So thank you so much for reviewing them. And hopefully today I can put together that puzzle for you. I'm going to give you an overview of both our teacher and our administrator induction programs. The first and most important piece is that standards do indeed govern the entire design of our program. So you approve the preconditions, which are some Ed Code pieces and Title V pieces. But then in order to just design the program, we have to go into both common standards, standards that run every credentialing program in the state, whether you are a UC, a state university, or whether you are an induction program in a local school district. We have a set that just look at infrastructure. How are we operating within the Los Banos Unified School District? How are we providing advice and assistance to our beginning teachers? How are we evaluating our program to make sure that it is effective in meeting the needs of all of our constituents? And then we have the program standards that are specific to both teacher induction and another set that are specific to the admin induction programs. And those are the pieces that actually are the parts that our candidates and our mentors and our coaches see. That's the documents that they need to complete. The description of what they need to look like is within those. How many minutes or hours of mentoring and coaching and professional development are required for the two different programs. So we're going to start with a year in the life of a beginning teacher. I'm hired. Now what? I do a one-on-one intake meeting with every new teacher that we hire that does not yet have a clear credential. I meet with them, and if they have a preliminary credential, that base credential, we automatically enroll them into induction. If they come in as an intern, as a STIP, or as a PIP, those ones that don't yet have the preliminary credential, at that time, we create a plan for what they need to do to earn the preliminary credential, to complete their credentialing program, and I monitor their progress. 3 to 4 times a year, I put out a survey to find out where are you at, how close are you getting. We actually started a winter start teacher induction program last year, and this evening we started 3 more teachers that were able to complete their requirements in fall semester and get them started in induction for spring semester. So just trying to keep them moving through, keep those numbers finishing, because we have a lot of teachers on our rolls. We have an intake. I actually do a whole full agenda to make sure that items that I need to discuss with them are discussed. What is on the induction agenda for that intake meeting is all housed within those standards. Those pieces that I said govern our design, they are a part of that intake. There are components that they need to know before they even start teaching. The intake agenda for those intern STIPs and PIPs is really making sure that I'm finding out where they are they going to school, how many assessments have they passed, how many do they still need, what is their plan. Every school year, before the school year starts, we have a new hire orientation, and the picture up there is from our group that we had this last summer. This is for all of our new teachers, so it's an agenda that's tricky to put together because every year we hire teachers with a clear credential. They've moved to Los Banos, they're moving their job to Los Banos, they've taught for numerous years. They're not a group that needs to come in and learn Classroom Management 101. And these are people that have a lot of experience. And we also have the ones that come in, have earned their bachelor's degree, may not have even been substitute teaching because, that job at AutoZone was really working well for them through college. And the last time they were in a classroom was as a student. And they haven't student taught. They're brand new coming in, and they do need some Classroom Management 101. So we put together an agenda that really is aligned with what the Commission on Teacher Credentialing has dictated that those interns, PIPs, and STIPs must be aware of prior to starting the school year. So the agenda isn't as flexible as we would love it to be because there are so many required elements of the Commission on Teacher Credentialing. They also have a day on their school site that is a not paid day, out of our contract with LBTA, that any new teacher in the district is employed one additional day, expected to work one additional day, and that is for orientation to their school site. And that gives the principal and their leadership an opportunity to give them a tour of the school. You know, make sure, as we found out for one, where is the bathroom? Was one of them didn't realize there was a bathroom on their end of campus, and it was one of our high schools. So I felt very sad for that poor person. It was like months. Then we have an induction kickoff meeting so that those induction candidates get all of the rest of the information they need to know. We separate it out. We have year ones. It's normally a 2-year program. But if a teacher has worked 2 or more years, teacher of record, in a classroom in Los Banos Unified. So there are ones that are coming in as an intern or as a STIP. They've worked for us for a couple of years and earned that preliminary credential. They could do what's called the early completion option. That means that they can finish induction in 1 year rather than 2. They've been getting mentoring support, some of them 3 or 4 years prior to starting induction. We give them their syllabus. We go through the handbook that has other mandated components from the commission, make sure that they're aware of what things they need to do, when they need to get completed, and exactly what steps need to be followed in order to earn their credential. They have what is referred to by the commission as the cycle of reflection. They, first off, they're working with the California standards for the teaching profession, the CSTPs, and they're reflecting on all of those standard elements. There are 6 standards. Each standard has between 5 and 7 elements, and they're reflecting on those twice in their first year and once in their second year, and kind of documenting their growth. They have what's called an ILP, an individual learning plan, and they self-select a goal that they want to work on in their classroom. They have to connect that goal to one of the CSTPs, and then they start conducting action research in their classroom. So they're engaging in professional development that must be self-selected by them. We cannot mandate professional development for our teacher induction candidates. They need to determine what they personally feel they need. And then they're reflecting on their growth as a teacher, and more importantly, their students' growth in achievement through the work that they are doing on that goal. And they share. We have them meet twice each school year and share as a group what it is they're learning about their teaching and how they are seeing growth in their classrooms. We do have professional learning opportunities for the candidates. I try to choose topics that seem to encompass a majority of the ILP goals that I have seen them select, so that I am choosing something for them to come to after school that is going to be meaningful to them. But like I said, the attendance is voluntary. We absolutely cannot mandate attendance at those sessions. We can mandate it at their kickoff, and we can mandate it when they're getting together to write their ILP goals, but the actual professional learning has to be self-selected by them. And then the mentors, we do require training for the mentors, and that is a required element of our standard. They have a kickoff before the school year starts, and then they need to attend another session each semester. And we offer the same session more than once so that they can have a date that works for them. And we are basing them this year on Coaching for Educator Wellness, which is written by Tina Bogren, and really is getting into how do we support these beginning teachers, not only in the academics and instruction, but in their own emotional well-being. Because we know that being a first-year teacher, second-year teacher is tough. And mentoring those beginning teachers sometimes is even tougher because they get sad sometimes. And so the mentors that rock for them. The mentors, it is a requirement that the mentor meet with an induction candidate not less than 1 hour every week. They might be working on instructional strategies, reflecting on their IOP goal, and also providing what the commission refers to as just-in-time support, which is when you walk into the mentors or the candidate's classroom and say, how are things going today? And an hour later, you're still hearing how things are going today. So, and they submit a log each month to kind of share what it is that they've been working on. I monitor their progress and send out a progress report to them twice each year so that they are aware of the work that they are doing, that they are staying caught up. They actually get a lot of other e-nags if things are being turned in a little late on Google Classroom because we're able to monitor everything being submitted in a timely manner. When they complete all of their requirements and have met with their mentor, they are recommended for that clear credential. So, any questions about that teacher induction program?
Program, but I also know how hard, if you guys don't know, teachers are required to do so much now to become, just to get their preliminary credential. I mentor for UC Merced, and they are required to pass CSETs, RECA, Cal TPA 1, Cal TPA 2, and do their student teaching before they even have their preliminary credential. So it's a big program. Teachers are required to do a lot. So I just want to thank everybody who goes into teaching, because even as a mentor for UC Merced, I see great teachers coming into the profession. It warms my heart, and it's so important to have this support these first 2 years because most of them are overwhelmed.
You're right. And when they come in as an intern or a STIP, that means that they're also attending all of the classes at their university, plus completing their CSETs, completing their TPAs, completing their RECA. It's very overwhelming. It is a big job for them. Absolutely. Okay, we'll go on to admin induction, and you're going to see a lot of similarities and a lot of very subtle, thank you, CTC differences that just are designed, I believe, to keep induction leadership on our toes. Our admin induction program will not be operational until July of 2024. We were not approved until last fall, and it was too late at that point to start the administrators in the program. So they started over at Merced County Office of Ed, some of them, and they will come to our program next year for year 2. Some of them had chosen to wait. So this year, of the new administrators that we hired, I said, we have one that also is in year 2 of a program in Modesto and had chosen to remain there. Same thing. I'm hired now what? I will again be doing a one-on-one intake meeting with every new administrator that we hire. I will work with them and help them to take what they come in with that is a certificate of eligibility that has to be upgraded to a preliminary administrative services credential. They've got paperwork that has to be taken to the county office. I will help them fill out the initial paperwork, and I will fill out the verification of employment with them so they have everything to take with them. As I know, having worked as a coach in administrative induction with Merced, it is overwhelming to our new administrators. And then we will get them enrolled into induction. We will be doing our kickoffs this year, all of us together, just because I'm bringing new people in to a new program. Our program is different from the Merced County Office's program. We're a single district program. I don't need to be able to meet the needs of Delhi, Hillmar, Merced Union City, all of those. It's just Las Banas. So our program's going to be a little bit different. And they'll be provided, again, their syllabus and their handbook, and again, completing all their online forms that need to be done. They also will have a cycle of reflection. They have a different set of standards. They have the California Professional Standards for Educational Leaders, or capsules. They will be self-reflecting on those. The program standards require that they should be reflecting on them twice each year. So they will be doing 4 total reflections rather than 3 like the teachers. Our admin candidates complete an IIP. They have an individual induction plan, whereas the teachers had the individual learning plan. Just enough for us to mess up on our fingers when we're typing. And again, though it's a self-selected job-embedded goal connected to a capsule. They again will be conducting action research within their role as a new administrator. They're going to be reflecting on their growth and take a look at that, their growth as a leader that results in teacher and student achievement. So the whole goal of administrator induction is that we are creating instructional leaders. Our assessment is, rather than just sharing, they actually refer to it as an assessment. Year 1 will be in a group setting, kind of a dry run. And year 2, they will be meeting with myself, their principal, their coach, and Dr. Calzadias, and they will be presenting all of their information in a much more formal setting. Professional learning, they do have required sessions. They have required hours. They have 20 hours yearly of professional learning that they must engage in. It needs to be connected to their IEP goals. And I messed it up there. You can see it. ILP goals, sorry. But we will be having some monthly sessions offered by our own district staff. Our coaches will have a kickoff before the school year starts, and then they will have required attendance at a monthly training, and we will be doing a book study of Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. They also have coaching support, a minimum of 40 hours per year. And again, they'll have a collaborative log, much like the teacher induction log, that they'll be turning in describing what things they've been working on. And again, I will be monitoring their progress and keeping them posted as to how they're doing. And when they are all done, they will be earning their clear credential in June at the end of 2 years. The other difference you might see there is no early completion option for administrators. Admin induction is always a 2-year program. So really it gets back to Common Standard 5, that standard that is for all credentialing programs, that the unit, that would be our HR department and Los Banos Induction, that's where we're housed, and our programs evaluate and demonstrate that we are having a positive impact on candidate learning and competence and on teaching and learning in schools that serve California schools students. So that is what we will be working towards with both our teacher induction and admin induction. So, any questions? I know, Tina, you only gave me 5 minutes. I looked at that and I said, oh my gosh, are you kidding me?
Thank you for coming and doing the overview for us. I really do appreciate it. It was just difficult last month, like you said. You know, we were approving something that had no idea what it was. So, I mean, you know.
Yes,
anyway.
and I think in retrospect, every 3 to 4 years when we are presenting preconditions and bringing them to you, I think the month before we need to do an overview like this, give everybody an idea of what our program is, and then the next month bring the preconditions so that they actually make sense to you and you're not just staring at Dr. Marshall's assurances.
Exactly.
Page after page. All right, thank you so much.
I think we're lucky to have these programs in town. So thank you for
very much.
giving us a quality program. We really appreciate it. Dr. Seven, thank you so much. All right, item C, trainer dispatch job description, position and salary schedule, and that is Dr. Calzadias.
It's recommended that the board approve the trainer dispatcher job description, position, and placement on the classified salary schedule range 31.
Questions? If not, I do need a motion to approve the job description.
Okay, so moved.
We got a motion by Member Munoz, seconded by Member Moran. to approve the job description for the trainer dispatch position and salary schedule. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? It is carried unanimously.
Thank you.
On to item D, elementary curriculum adoption, our first reading. Dr. Horton, welcome.
Very good. It is recommended the board declare its intent to adopt the science curriculum for elementary. The committee and the Elementary Curriculum Council selected Elevate Science by Savas, the 2020 curriculum version by Pearson Publishing, grades K-6. And also in a shameless plug, it's very interesting, the secondary junior high school science committee coming to the Curriculum Council this month and to the board next month is also going to be Savas at grades 7 and 8. So tonight, grades K-6.
All right, questions? Seeing none, I need a motion to declare our intent to adopt the elementary curriculum for science. Got a motion by Member Lee, seconded by Member Gattuso to declare our intent to adopt the curriculum. Those in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? And it is carried. Dr. Horton, thank you very much. Item E, Mercy Springs Elementary new shade structure site work. Is this Dr. Lee? Okay.
It's recommended that the board accept the bid submitted by Taylor Backhoe Services, Inc. for the Mercy Spring Elementary School new shade structure site work. That's this associated with the installation, and approve a notice of award and authorize the superintendent and or designee to sign contract documents and issue the notice to proceed.
Any questions? Except, why does the shade structure cost $500,000? That's not what we're approving, but when it's all done, it's going to be $500,000. It's like, it's a patio.
They came the lowest bid for the
Yeah, it's amazing what these things cost. Anyway, that was my side note there. A motion, please, to accept the bid for the shade structure at Mercy Springs. We've got a motion by Member Valadeo, seconded by Member Moran, to accept the bid for the Mercy Springs new shade structure site work. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? Thank you. It's carried unanimously. On to the Los Banos High School Modernization Modular Building Addition Bid Award. Dr. Lee.
It is recommended that the board accept the bid submitted by JTS Modular, Inc. for the Los Banos High School Modernization Modular Administration Building and approve a notice award and authorize the superintendent or designee to sign contract documents and issue the notice to proceed.
Questions? Motion? Got a motion by Member Gattuso, seconded by Member Lieb, to accept the bid for the Los Banos High School Modernization Modular Administration Building. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? And it is carried unanimously. Item G, PEA notice for the new TK Center at Place and B Street. Dr. Lee.
Please recommend that the board hear in record public comments and questions from the community regarding the preliminary environmental assessment, PEA, report for the proposed new TK Center.
All right. We are going to open the hearing at 7:58. Is there anybody that wishes to speak on the preliminary environmental assessment report for the proposed TK Center? Please come forward. Seeing no one coming forward, we will close the public hearing at 7:59. As a non-action item, it was a public hearing only. Item H. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just want to say that 169 pages of a report to determine if the site is adequate, and it is. But I'm still going to ask that before, and I'll continue to ask probably every time this comes up, because I live at this site, and at 8:05 every morning, there are hundreds of cars that travel that intersection headed to either Pacheco High, Grasslands Elementary, or Los Banos Junior High. So as we keep moving down this road to put yet another school in that area, we need to be cognizant of the fact that the traffic is only going to get worse if we don't stagger the times of starting that school. So hopefully we're going to stagger it significantly so that we don't increase. And I welcome anyone to come by and take a look at the number of cars that are in that intersection at 8 o'clock in the morning, every morning. And I'm sure Dr. Sutton can affirm that too. So here, so thank you.
Sorry about that. Didn't see your name pop up. Any other comments on that? All right, moving on to item H, the Lofton Stadium Construction Group New Track and Field Improvements Project Change Order Request. Dr. Lee.
It is recommended that the Board of Trustees approve change order number 1 with BMY Construction Group, Inc. for the construction of Lofton Stadium New Track and Field Improvement Project.
All right. Comments, questions? Motion? We got a motion by Member Munoz, seconded by Member Moran, to approve the Lofton Stadium change order request number 1. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. Opposed? And it is carried unanimously. On to item I, Mangini Associates Architectural Services Agreement, amended number 1 for the Lofton Stadium new track and field improvements. Dr. Lee.
It is recommended that the board approves amendment number 1 to the professional services agreement between Mangini Associate Inc. and Los Banos Unified School District for Lofton Stadium new track and field improvement project.
Comments, questions? Seeing none, need a motion to approve. We got a motion by Member Munoz, seconded by Member Smith, to approve the architectural services agreement amended number 1 for the Lofton Stadium new track and field improvements. All those in favor? Aye. Opposed? It is carried unanimously.
Thank
All
you.
right, on to the consent calendar. I mentioned that we did have a correction, an update to the certificated report, which is item B1, report of certificated employment. That item has been updated. We have it in front of us. I think there was copies in back, and there's also it updated on the district website. So that is the only change to the consent calendar, which we approved earlier. Any questions or comments on the consent calendar? Any pulls? Mr. Lieb? Oh.
Yes, I'd like to pull J9 for discussion.
J9. Any other pulls? Okay. With that, we are going to accept a motion to approve the consent calendar without item J9. So this is J9, it has been pulled, that we would discuss separately. We have a motion and a second. A motion by Member Valadeo, second by Member Gattuso, to approve the consent calendar with pull of J9. Tina, it's a roll call vote.
Mrs. Gattuso? Mr. Lieb?
Yes.
Ms. Moran? Yes. Mr. Munoz?
Yes.
Ms. Smith? Yes. Ms. Valadeo? Yes. Mr. Pereira?
Yes.
Thank you.
And that item passed unanimously. Mr. Lieb, your pull is number 9. Go ahead.
Dr. Lee, I think this pertains to you. So I just have 2 questions. One is, we're getting 6 new golf carts. Are these new in addition to what we have? Are these replacing the ones that we have? That's the first question.
And
Additions.
they can replace the old one we have, but they're
And-
not brand new.
Do we know where they're going?
So I plan to have them shipped out to FLT to tag them because we had to provide insurance information. We had to take a picture and send back to the funding agency. Then the principals each side will submit a request to our department, and so then I will work with our ed services to address, to prioritize which side will be needing those based on security, transportation of students, couple of criteria, and then we'll distribute those golf carts to the site that need them.
And it's a grant, so our responsibility is $13,874.88 per cart, for a total of $83,000. Will we be reimbursed that?
100%.
And did we, is six the maximum amount that we can ask for?
There's 100,000 limitation per calendar year, so I squeezing the
83
maximum.
puts it right up there next to 100,000.
Yes, we already got one, so that's the.
Okay, great. I just read the
Thank you for
the report, but I just want to know more clarification. Thank you.
All right, any other questions or comments on this item? Not seeing none, then I need a motion to approve the agreement with the San Joaquin Valley Air Pollution Control District for the electric golf carts. Got a motion by Member Lieb, seconded by Member Gattuso. And we don't have to do a roll call because this is a single item. So all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? And it carries unanimously. All right, next is reporting of closed session action items. Expulsion case numbers 55-10191 and 55-10516 are expelled for the remainder of the school year. Students are to contact the Student Services Department for readmission following the period of expulsion for a review of attendance, credits, and/or grades, behavior, and recommended counseling. All students are referred to Valley Community School. The vote was 7 yeses, no nos, no abstentions, no absences, and nobody recused themselves. The second item, Oh, sure. Motion by Member Munoz, seconded by Member Lieb. Sorry, missed that. On to the second item, action item that we had in closed session, a parental request for early graduation for 6 Crossroads alternative ed students. First of all, congratulations to the 6 students who are going to be graduating early. They're all seniors and they're graduating and completed their program, so congratulations to all of them. And the board voted by a motion by Member Munoz, seconded by Member Moran, to approve the early graduation for the 6 Crossroads students. There are 7 yeses, no nos, unanimous. So congratulations to them. Next item on the agenda is discussion information and future agenda items. Anybody have anything? All right. We finished everything in closed session, so we do not need to go back into closed session, and there's nothing to report out of that one because we weren't there. And we are now adjourned. Everybody have safe travels home, and good night.